Hi guys, it's Monday here. I'm just recording ahead of time for tomorrow. So today you should be working on your capsule learning and watching the brackets, the rest of round one. So mine, can you see it? I thought I was having some decent rounds and then I lost some late competitions. In any case, I had 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6. So I'm at 23. Divya is at 30. Pretty good. Um, okay, so I'm gonna get started with some notes. We're gonna do Unit 11, Part 2. Um, Kingdoms, Protists, and Fungi. We're not gonna do all of it, but we will do, we'll probably do this section in 3 days and then have like a review sheet to do on Friday and then a castle learning, which is gonna be your end of unit assessment on Monday. So maybe with some, maybe with a part 2. I'm not sure. Okay, so if you guys can take this out, I'm just gonna go through the notes and we'll go for a little bit, and then that's it. So let me share my screen with you guys. Hold on. This is the shortened version. Hold on. Sorry about this. Here we go. Okay. Let's get started. So we already did this. My bad. All right, here we go. All right, so we already, let's just do this review. So the scientific name of an organism comes from what? So if you're thinking about Homo sapien, where does that name come from? You're right, the genus and the species. So list the 3 domains. We have bacteria, archaea, and what's the third one? Eukarya. Okay, list the 5 kingdoms. We have, you thinking of them? Okay, we have eubacteria. We have archaeobacteria. Sometimes they get separated, or you can think of Monera, which is bacteria as well. Protists, fungi, plant, and animal. And we have already studied the bacteria kingdom. And that kingdom is different because they are prokaryotes. Okay, what is a protist? A protist is a eukaryote. It is mostly unicellular, although some can be multicellular. They can be autotrophic, meaning they make their own food, or heterotrophic, meaning they eat food, or both. So this is a picture of an amoeba, like what the amoeba sisters talk about. Protists can be plant-like or animal-like. If they're animal-like, they're heterotrophs. They're motile, which means they can move. They're mostly unicellular. An example is an amoeba. So they eat something. Plant-like autotroph makes their own food. They can be mobile or non. They're uni or multicellular. An example of this is green algae, like you would see in a lake during the summer. Okay. An amoeba moves by temporary cytoplasmic projections that are called pseudopods. Let me move my face up. So these things are your pseudopods here. And it just moves by those like stretching out. It also uses the pseudopods for feeding. It uses a food vacuole to temporarily store food, and it eliminates waste via a vacuole as well. Okay. This is a picture of the amoeba. So on your note paper, label what you see: the cytoplasm, the food vacuoles, the pseudopods, cell membrane, nucleus, and contractile vacuole. On page 2, there is a reading, and it tells you to color on page 3, but I'm not going to have you do that. I am going to have you read it and answer the 8 questions below as homework. This is a picture of how amoebas feed. So something small comes near them, their pseudopods close, and they bring it in. This is phagocytosis. Penocytosis is cell drinking, and the other one is cell eating. Okay, all right, so this is on page 3, paramecium. Paramecium uses cilia. Cilia are the little hairs right here. For feeding and movement, most are free living. So it says the cilia is the hair-like projections that are used for feeding and movement. There's 2 types of nuclei in a paramecium. The first is a macronucleus, and this controls normal cell activities. The micronucleus functions only during reproduction. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, and waste move through the membrane by diffusion, and then a contractile vacuole will remove excess waste from a cell. All right, on to page 4. Paramecium feeding. The oral groove is lined with cilia, and food particles are swept into the mouth pore. The mouth pore opens into the gullet, and then the cytoplasm. Food forms a food vacuole around the food that's absorbed. It's digested by enzymes and absorbed, and food waste exits via the anal pore. I'll post these notes online too, so there's some links to some videos you could watch of like eating and waste excretion. Okay, reproduction. So paramecium reproduction, they can reproduce via sexual and asexual reproduction. Binary fission is the asexual form, where they just kind of like split. Lady, sorry. Conjugation is sexual, where they exchange the micronuclei and increases variation. This is usually triggered under a stressful situation. Okay, so then again in your notes, there's going to be a little reading section on the paramecium and a bunch of questions. You do not have to do the coloring. And let me see what's next. So let's just stop there for Tuesday, and then we'll finish up Protists on Wednesday. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Hope you're staying healthy and staying inside, or staying around your house. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.